let's get to it. He nods as Olivia wheels forward, mean mugging the shit out of Buster. The tail lashes back and forth against the ground as she glowers up at him, seeing he didn't anything to say before they stop. Naturally, of fucking course he does. He's yapping about E tournaments and other turbo nerds he beaten that year, guilds, whatever. To Olivia's credit, she never interrupts him. He finally finishes his tirade with crossed arms and that smokes.
You won't look bad for ducking out. Are you ready to get busted?
You're fat! I can't stop the surprised laugh that peels its way out of me, which happened to be joined by a few other members in the audience, and Buster quickly shuts down with a glare. Guess Fatso has some clout after all. He directs his incensed gaze down at the sneering.
I can still back out of this. Yeah.
Olivia's pupils contract as she inserts. How can you even see that in a situation, man? As she inserts her coins without breaking eye contact. A soft little snarl grace on her lips. As the coins go in, she slams her fist down on the start button. Buster whips in action immediately, this time picking an entirely different character. Damien's eyes widen, he lets out a soft gasp. Buster, what? Buster's character's like 3 kinds of bullshit is what's wrong. Whoa, Damien cussing? It's gotta be serious. I lean closer, intent on hearing the deets, and he continues. For one thing, these usually gentlemen's bands, attorneys, and... Whoa, wait, I don't give a shit. I lean back, throwing Damien out as Buster grins. Oh wait, I lost something, hold on. How did you lose the sap, you freaking clown? I lean back, tuning Damien out completely as Buster chuckles and grins at Olivia from the side. She doesn't seem to care in the slightest bit, casually clicking a joystick over to a baryonic chick dressed in a karate gi. The announcer blares the name out and the cock and eyebrows they hear it. Wani Long! I recall the name she put out on her contact and my phone under. Live long, huh? Damien shoots hands up in excitement, doesn't he? Wow, she's actually bringing her main out. That means she's serious. I mean, she's still fighting the joke character that has too many stats. I nod dumbly at him, pretending to understand what any of it means. I don't even bother asking for an explanation, but I can't help but focus back at Olivia intently. The intensity rippling through her and Buster right now is infectious. God, it's like I'm almost back at the pit, watching a fight. I can't take my eyes off the screen as the match begins with a Brit-Custer fight. I expect to see a flurry of movement, but no. I know what's happening. They're sizing each other up. Damien starts yamming again, apparently trying to explain to me what's going on, but I already know. I thought it was just some kiddie shit. Maybe it is, but the lightning in the air right now, that's real as fuck. It's giving me the goosebumps. I feel the blood rushing to my head as the crowd's intensity starts picking up. Olivia and Buster's tails are going apeshit as they try to get a read on each other, and the fat's tail cracks the concrete. Shit, it might be a fat loser, but he's still an Anki, and those tails are mean. Finally, a loud smash rips out as the characters make contact, and both go flying across the screen. The crowd whips into a cheer, and even Damien gets involved. The action's short-lived, though, and they return to that little back and forth. My eyes whip between them, studying their movements. Olivia is completely lost in it, filled with a literal killing intent. That's more scary. It's a look I recognize and sends a shiver down my spine. Buster is pissed, but he's more focused, contained. A dangerous thing. With 10 seconds on the clock, he makes an error, and Olivia immediately capitalizes on it, punishing him brutally. He barely survives the assault with a tiny sliver of health as the clock runs out, but the game calls it a win in Olivia's favor anyway. Winner, Wani Long. At that point, the crowd goes apeshit again. I do that too. I can't help it. I'm lost in the moment. Round 2 begins, and it becomes only quiet muttering again as we all watch the match intently, but a tingle crossed on the back of my neck. Something's wrong with Buster. Or, is he would. A fucking self-proclaimed big shot like him. He's holding fucking back on her. Damien shouts again besides me, but I barely register it as I glare a hole in the back of Buster's head as rage boils in the back of my neck. Are you fucking serious? Talking all that shit? And you're holding back on her? Why? Because she's in a fucking wheelchair? Regardless of my feelings, he at least beats her enough to claim a timeout victory. I can't fucking believe this. I almost want to walk up there and smash his fucking face into the cabinet. But I don't want to cause a scene. And more importantly, would embarrass the fuck out of Olivia. Damien belts out another sentence, which I'm already actually loose enough to comprehend this. Got him, Liv! One more win and you're the champ again. Olivia tenses up as the butch eyes swing to face her. And she growls out his name without a look in the back. Damien doesn't seem perturbed as he can tell. Come on, Hot Wheels, you're the best! She groans quietly, focusing on the screen. For some reason, it becomes silent, no muttering, and not even any whispering. Cause my annoyance to creep back into my mind. We'll see if he keeps doing it. Maybe I was wrong. Round 3 starts, and the crowd picks back up. And my eyes ripping the bust, studying every minute movement he makes. Yes! That fat fucking... I must make a mean-ass face because Damien actually tapped me on the shoulder. No small amount of concern. Hey, D, are you okay, bro? You look like you're about to blow a gasket. I hiss out the words of plant. Oh, he's fucking throwing. That's not how we do it around here. His eyes look in shock as he looks back at Buster, and sure enough, Olivia makes a move, and Buster allows himself to hesitate for a brief moment, getting hit by a vicious combo. Dude, you're right. Even here? Everyone else is having fun, though. If we interrupt the match, it will kill the buzz. If she can't tell, what's the harm? I turn my hateful glare to him. He shrinks back and wince. Despite it, I know he's fucking right. I shouldn't, but I can't. Not in good conscience. Wait, I could, I'd hesitate if I barely knew it, but now a growl rises in my throat. Rip him apart, Olivia! Well, let's give him a good old-fashioned New York Sunday. Damien jerks back, actually glaring at me. Yes, that's so nice to get your eardrums burst, right, pal? Quickly recovers and raises 2 fingers to him, whistling up. Yeah, you got this! Even Liz gives it a shot. Steamroll him, run him over! Burn him up, Hot Wheels! Yeah! Go, Hot Wheels, go. Go, little dude, go!
He's so handsome.
I haven't forgotten. Have you? Olivia flinches, looking back at us. Her eyes wide in my insensate that I'm about to yell at her to pay attention when Buster peers back at us too. Fuck it, if he's gonna get himself distracted. What are you gawking at us for? Kill his ass, Hot Wheels. Eyes on the prize. Damien jumps up and down, pumping his fist into the air with each leap. Beat him without even looking! My gaze cuts to the crowd directly at me. She scowls for the briefest moments before giving a confident smirk. Look, she turns back to the screen. Buster rapidly snaps out of his own stupor. Looks like he took the fucking hint, though. Time! Buster leans back, grunting angrily at Olivia.
Want another round? The people need a winner.
She wheels backwards with smirking.
Yeah, sure. I need to use the bathroom first. Sure. It's that way.
Olivia turns and begins wheeling that way, smiling warmly as she goes by. Manages to knock most of the rage out of me, and I start simmering down. Buster waits for her to be out of earshot and scrambles over to them.
So, were you guys serious?
About what?
Hot Wheels. You were saying Hot Wheels. It's not really her, right?
He stepped forward and jabbed his finger into his stubby chest, snarled. Oh, you're damn fucking right it is, you fat pussy. I saw you throwing the fucking match. A wave of oohs go around, and Buster slumps over guilty.
Yeah. Finn in here gave me a sob story about her during a match, and I felt bad, okay? Who wants to be known as the asshole who picks on girls in wheelchairs?
You know what? Fair. But also, fuck you. Some random in the crowd pipes up.
Ooh, Buster was being hospitable to the young lady. Who the fuck shut the... Yeah, Buster. You're simping.
He jabs a finger at the guy angrily and turns back to us.
Piss off. Look, I didn't mean any disrespect or anything. And I know she was Hot Wheels in the beginning. I don't take it that serious.
He looks me dead in the eye, seemingly unfazed by my threatening glare now.
I'll play for you now. It's what she deserves, okay?
The sneer on my face rises to a grin, which causes him to recoil. I slap a hand on the shoulder and grip tightly, leaning down and get into his face. I can smell the sweat beads on his face. Hey, you're good, you better, buddy. Because otherwise I'm going to take you out to the parking lot. Your new name is going to be Busted Nuts. Got it? Damien shoots me a sly side glance as a peal of laughter rips out of the crowd at my threat, and I know exactly what the fuck he's thinking about. I glare at him from the side. You bring that up, you're going in the parking lot too, motherfucker. He gets there and shrinking back into him with a meek grin. Busting outside the rep succession, let him go, gently shoving him back towards the machine. He cracks his knuckles and neck, breathing out the fear of God I just put into him. Guy from earlier past.
You're still kind of simping. No.
Buster casually cocks up.
Shut the hell up, Dave.
Olivia returns not too long after, sliding back up to the machine.
Thanks for waiting. No problem. Ready? You know it. Good, because you're going down this time.
Buster O nuts. Consider my bust thoroughly nutted. I don't even know. I think I lost myself in the sauce there. But music time. Their smirks become a competitive scowl, and they return the focus to the screen. They both pick the same characters as the last time, and as soon as the game announcer announces fight, I feel a whip of crack of static in the air as Buster immediately starts brutalizing Olivia, completely catching her off guard. Good! He was being serious. Olivia doesn't stay reeling for long, and even though Buster's throwing himself into it like it's an absolute beast, she still manages to land a few blows here and there while dodging around a few decisive attacks. The crowd seems to catch the same intensity I do, and Damien and I find ourselves falling back into it, roaring out encouragements towards her. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit it, Buster was apparently not just hot air about his skills, and it's over. She lost. Can't help but slump over sadly. Fuck. Buster cross-arms and straightens out proudly, basking in the glory of defeating the Hot Wheels. Olivia wheels back from the machine, looks back up at him and impressed.
Damn, you really under my ass to me. Didn't I say I was a big deal around here? Yeah. I gotta admit, though, you didn't really give me a challenge. I can see why you were the champ back then. Thanks. If you're ever up for a rematch, you'll know where to find me.
He slaps the machine, and it falls apart into 1,000 pieces. Was found over half eaten by coconut crabs. Anyways, are you afraid of deep water? Coconut crabs. Coconut. 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 It's just a good song, okay? I'm jiving. I'm jamming. Olivia nods one last time and makes her way over to us, beaming happily. She seems invigorated despite the losing. We all turn and walk away to a more spacious area of the arcade as Buster belts out a challenge to the rest of the gathered geeks. Damien pumps his fist as we go, peering down and like, "That was awesome, Liv!"
Yeah, this shit was electric. Gosh, it was, wasn't it? I thought I'd be rusty, but the moment he started going all out, I was so close to beating him.
Holds up her hands and they're shaking. I know that feeling.
Look, I'm all jittery.
That's the post-fight dopamine rush. Feels great, doesn't it? She beams up at me happily, about to respond positive, before she suddenly stops, a happy face screwing into one of confusion. Backed off Theo, don't look at me weird. Shit. I stare at them all nervously and then shrugging. Grin. I watch a lot of IFC. She snorts and Damien steps out of stupor. Hey, you know they sell food, right? Let's get some snacks to celebrate. Before anyone can confirm or deny that they would like to get some food, he turns and marches off towards the snack bar. Liz hurries on after him, encouraging him to wait, leaving Olivia and I for a brief moment. Her suspicion has faded, and she looks at me with a small smile.
Food, huh? I could go for a little something.
Yeah, about that time, I guess.
Come on, they went this way.
She starts barreling her way through the crowd, and I take advantage of it. Let's get a different song in, though. Let's get out something nice and smooth. The school themes. Because I need something calmer right now. The snack bar's a grimy little place. Tile instead of carpet. Gross-looking cheap little tables and seats. And bright eyes straining fluorescent lights. I scan the menu with trepidation. Man, I'm not eating any of this shit. I already feel lousy enough about eating nothing but chips and soda during school lunch every day. And this fucking garbage might actually kill me. Damien orders 2 slices of gnarly-ass pizza all to himself, the glutton. But he does pay for Liz's sad little arcade salad. He offered to pay Olivia and mine too, but after I told him I didn't plan on eating any of the garbage, he shrugged. Fuck, I just realized a really good scene I can do with this. So, like, a really big thing of the Shalonians, right, is they don't care about money at all. They participate in the Earthican economy, and they're like this, you just gotta put up with it. So a lot of things they operate on the ground is like, yeah, you have to pay because otherwise people get very mad that we're handing out free food. And it's like, we have too much food. We have too much food, and they make you pay for it anyway. But in a place like this, I imagine it'd be a fun element if, like, they see Ophinia and they're like, one of us. And so they don't charge for anything, despite everyone else paying for it. And she has to chip in with, like, I'm covering the bill. Which isn't what happens. They're just like, oh, those people probably know. So don't bother. The act is not necessary. It'd be a fun scene. Go ahead and introduce some other elements that otherwise have been left kind of in the background up until that point. Also, just a fun spotlight moment for someone who, generally speaking, has an awkward relationship with the spotlight. Goddamn space commies. We wanted to have a potato famine, not a potato surplus. There's so many potatoes. McDonald's can't make the fries fast enough. We're gonna drown, man. He offered to pay for Olivia and mine too, but after I told him I didn't plan on eating any of this garbage, he shrugged. I just go ahead and pay for Olivia's, and she orders a basket of hot wings. We all get our food. Damien doesn't even bother to sit down. Sprinting off to the back of the arcade with a pizza in both his hands like he's a 4-year-old. Liz plans the mothership in the seat next to us, but cranes her head off after him, effectively leaving Olivia and I alone. I slump into the chair and Olivia Bear sits a chain up. Holy fucking Christ. I can only watch in shocked awe. She absolutely eviscerates these fucking wings, bones and all. It's like watching a nature documentary up in this bitch. She crunches down on the bone particularly hot, sending a squirt of marrow onto the table. Can't help but scrub my nose. How can I help the mutter that escapes me? Fucking dinos. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. We don't have enough bags. They gave us infinite potatoes, but not infinite bags. Don't think you understand what these space commies are doing. I say that, but it's not even communism. I guess it technically is. In the sense that it is a society of do what you gotta. Do what you can. Everyone else just takes what they need. But it's also like a post-scarcity society, so what economy technically exists at that point, other than one that exists for the pragmatism of a large state? They can throw like a little box at you that's like a foot by foot by foot. And it's like, yeah, that's got all the food and water you need, buddy. It works for infinite years. Good luck. Get your little food box with you. Although I think it's implied that they're not tasty. It's not tasty what comes out of the food box, generally speaking. If you want something that tastes good, you need a big machine. Or, you know, grow some stuff. But my idea is that since the arcade is a community space, it's you know, a space for public people, and it technically wouldn't work as a business. The Shalonians just kind of buy it up and are like, yeah, we'll just make this into our public spaces. And so it's like really fancy and sophisticated, and Buster Nuts probably throws a fit. It's like, this place used to be a proper arcade 10 years ago. Now they put in fucking lights. I can see my feet, and the floor isn't stinky. Is it really an arcade at this point? He's also adamantly convinced. Adamantly. Because Shalonians don't care about genuineness. They don't have the concept of nostalgia, and they don't have the concept of authenticity. So, like, someone who collects stuff, it's like, what are you collecting? Why are you paying so much money? You can make your own. You can just print your own arcade machine. Just do that. It's cheaper. They don't get that. They just can't. They're too practically oriented to consider that kind of stuff. So they probably would just own a whole bunch of fake machines, and then someone told them, by the way, are those real? And they're like, no. Why would they be real? That's so expensive for no reason. They're harder to maintain. Someone had to point that out to them. They're like, oh. Didn't know that was a faux pas. What about copyright? Well, they come from space. I imagine that space copyright is very weird. Actually, Shalonians don't have a concept of copyright because, again, the concept of authenticity is completely superfluous, and they don't really have an economy in which the concept of owning an idea would make sense to begin with. What are you making? Like, the idea-making process is the value, not the idea itself. Which, admittedly, is kind of what a job is as a creative, isn't it? It's like, you're not paid because your art... because of a piece you made. That's if you sell your art individually. You're paid because you can make more of it. Consistently and reliably. But enough of that. I've never seen bone marrow or someone eat a bone, so I don't know what this is like, but I imagine it's terrible, and I don't like it. She stops a voracious carnage for a moment to peer at me, but the continues unabated. Fucking sheesh. Until she slows down, then I proffer a question. Proffer? Proffer? Man, look at this fucking Victorian area motherfucker. Sounds like the next enemy faction. They would be. Because Shalonians consider democracy a bad thing. They legitimately think democracy is just another shit system of governance. Because their system of governance is... we're biologically predisposed to a very good system of governance. So like democracy doesn't work because the population can never be educated enough to make good decisions. You need to leave it to experts. And then you just need to make sure that those experts are biologically inclined to act ethically. And then you're basically set to go. That's how they look at it. So they would legitimately go, super democracy, this is terrible. Oh. What would their faction gimmick be, though? Like, what would set them apart? I don't know. I think they'd just be the robot faction, technically speaking. Because, like, you know, they can just make robots. Why send people to do a robot job? They also think that free market is the kind of stuff you should be arrested for, because, like, free market? You mean holding stuff back from people who need it? Get out of here. Be gone. I don't care what you're talking about with the sweat of your brow. Get out of here, Ayn Rand. Woof. Goddamn. They're gonna have so much shit to... the YouTube essay video they make on which video games are not allowed in space is gonna be so long. God damn. Bone marrow is tasty? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll drink some. God. I'm still very pissed off that I did not finish watching the, what was it, like 34, 6 hours long review of all the Beverly Hillbillies. Man, I'm just sad I missed that. It was up, and then they put it down, and I'm like, copyright, I hate it. I hate it so much. But we can't get rid of copyright before we get rid of capitalism, because unfortunately, as long as people need financial incentives to survive, the concept of copyright is kind of the way to keep creatives alive, to an extent. Cool, YouTube is sending me notifications that I need to hustle harder. Get that hustle out of my house. This is a hustle-free zone. Imagine I cross my arms to ban this offense. No matter who the Space Coalition sends, I'm still gonna play Serious Sam. Goddamn. Here, we have a true freedom fighter here. We have a freedom fighter among us. He will play the illegal, dangerous games. Well, no, maybe they'll let you play it, but you have to get like a license, and it takes forever because no one likes dealing with those licenses. Goddamn. Oh, I waited 10 years for my Serious Sam license. Oh, I actually like that idea though. Underground video games. Maybe in the next World War. What was I reading again? Oh, he's proffering questions. Like a fucking nerd. Anything else you got in mind? She chews idly on a bone, cocking her head back and forth as she ponders my question. Jesus. Looks a lot like a finger bone. She shrugs. I don't know. Wait, the chickens look like people now? Is Soylent Green chickens?
Watching you dance yourself to death was pretty fun. And after fighting Buster, I'm pretty wiped. Damien says he's probably got like 20 minutes left in him, so I'm cool out of hanging here if you know.
I mean, I don't want to play anything else. I need my limit, socially. I don't mind doing it again, though.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Haven't done anything like this normal in a long while. It was fun. Well, she wipes the sauce from her face.
You said something weird about fighting, too. Hey, Damien, back at the party, the bruise I saw, and some of the little mechs you come to school with, are you...
Ooh, what's with the sudden interrogation? Oh, shit, we need a new song. We need a new song.